Hi YouTubers, it's Fortune Cookie 45 LC coming to you from the Hot Lead Zone, and this is a video response to John McDonald. Now John McDonald has a problem with his Henry Big Boy shooting high, and other owners of fine lever action rifles like this Rossi Model 92 have the same problem, and that is the rifle shoots high and they've cranked the elevation on the rear sight as low as they can go. In fact, some YouTubers even take the little ladder out completely to get that rear sight even as low as possible, and the rifle still shoots high. So what do? Well, one solution is to use lighter bullets at a little higher velocity to get the load to shoot lower. But the problem with that solution is you might not want lighter bullets. You might like the heavier bullets that shoot high. So how do you get the rifle to be zeroed in? Now, none of us want the rear sight all the way to the edge of its adjustment, either way, high or low. Because if your rear sight is there, you don't have any adjustment left in case you want to make an adjustment. So we always want to have some kind of range to be able to be used. So one solution for a high shooting rifle is to change the front sight to a taller front sight, because that makes your rifle shoot lower. You could even go with a front sight that has a bead on it. But I like this front sight, so I didn't want to change it out, but I could have. But instead, I decided to take this rifle to my friendly dentist, because he's a shooter and understands these kind of things. So I took the rifle into the office of the dentist when he didn't have a patient so that he could do this freely. And what he did was he took his drill points, and he has a nice little diamond drill point that was used to lower the blade of the rear sight, and then he used another diamond instrument to deepen the notch. In fact, he also widened it just a little bit and moved it over so that corrected a little windage problem I had also. And then what happened was, by lowering the blade, the little ladder here was in the way, so he went ahead and ground that part of it down a little bit so that it wouldn't be in the way. And he made sure that he gave a little slant to the cuts so that the light wouldn't bounce into my eye when I'm using the sight. So this left me with a sight that's perfectly zeroed, and if I change loads, I've got adjustment available either way with a ladder arrangement, so that now I've got adjustable range and I've got zero. And it didn't take the dentist more than about 10 minutes to do that, because he's very skillful, that dentists are, and just flattened that perfectly and deepened that perfectly with a nice little round notch there. And if I didn't like the little shininess, I could just use a little black paint or cold blue and fix that. But no need, because the stainless steel, it kind of matches, so I just let it go the way it is. So John McDonald, as you know, this change here is not reversible. So you got to think about this before you actually do it. If you don't have a dentist that's willing to do this or can't do it for you, then I don't recommend you try and do it with a file on your own, because filing this rear sight has a high chance for damaging your rifle, and it's a lot of work. This is not as easy to file as you think. So a dentist can do this work in about 10 minutes. And for you to do the file is just not a practical solution. Now, if you have any doubts at all about this, a good way to do it would be to give Henry a call and let Henry suggest a solution. They might want you to send your rifle back to the factory, and then they'll either put a new front sight on it, or they'll adjust something in the rifle to allow it to zero, or take it to a gunsmith. gunsmith can do it very nicely for you and very professionally. The job here is pretty nice. I like it, and YouTubers out there, take care. Hopefully you won't have problems like this, but if you do, there are solutions available. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.